Hello, my Capricorn, welcome back. I have been sitting with your energy for the past few days because something really significant is happening in your sphere right now. There is this intense legal energy surrounding someone from your past, someone deceptive who thought they could manipulate the narrative forever. Today I am pulling cards specifically about this person you were warned about. This ex who has been operating behind closed doors, thinking they are untouchable. The universe has been collecting receipts, and now everything is about to surface. Let me just say upfront, I am seeing 6 major cards here that tell an absolutely wild story about justice, revelation, and the crumbling of carefully constructed lies. Before I even pulled the first card, I could feel this energy of something being exposed. You know when you have been gaslighted so long that you start questioning your own intuition? Well, Capricorn, your intuition was right all along. This person has been hiding things, major things, and the legal system, or some form of official investigation, is finally catching up with them. The blockages that have been preventing the truth from coming out are dissolving. Let me walk you through what the cards are revealing because honestly, this reading gave me chills. So the first card I pulled is a 5 of Swords. When I flipped this over, I literally had to take a breath because this card is screaming conflict, deception, and dirty tactics. This is not about fair fighting. This is about someone who has been playing games, manipulating information, and trying to win at all costs, even if it means destroying others in the process. The 5 of Swords represents that ex who has been spreading lies, possibly to mutual friends, maybe in legal documents, perhaps even to authorities or in official settings. They have been painting themselves as a victim while actually being the aggressor. What makes this card so relevant to your situation is that it shows someone who thought they won the battle. They walked away smirking, thinking they got away with their schemes. But here's the thing about the 5 of Swords, Capricorn. It is a hollow victory. It is built on manipulation, not truth. The person holding those swords in the card looks triumphant. But if you look closely at the traditional imagery, the other figures are walking away defeated. This has been your experience. You have felt defeated by their lies, exhausted by their games. Maybe even silenced because speaking up seemed pointless when they controlled the narrative. But the 5 of Swords also represents the moment right before everything falls apart for the deceiver. See, when you win through cheating, through lies, through manipulation, you do not actually win. You just delay the inevitable. This card is telling me that your ex has been operating from a place of ego, arrogance, thinking they are smarter than everyone else. They have been playing chess while thinking you are playing checkers. What they did not count on is that the universe plays an entirely different game. The truth has a way of surfacing, especially when someone is this deceptive. I am seeing that this person may have lied in legal proceedings, possibly committed perjury, or at minimum twisted facts so severely that it constitutes fraud in some form. The 5 of Swords energy suggests they have been strategic about their deception, carefully choosing what to reveal, what to hide, what to spin. They may have painted you as unstable, unreliable, or problematic to cover their own tracks. Classic manipulation tactic. Discredit the person who knows the truth so that when the truth comes out, nobody believes them. But Capricorn, the energy is shifting. This card in your reading is not showing their victory. It is showing the evidence of their tactics, which is exactly what is needed for their exposure. Every lie they told, every manipulation they deployed, every dirty trick they used is actually building the case against them. They thought they were being clever, but they were actually creating a trail of breadcrumbs that leads right back to their deception. The second card I pulled is the 10 of Wands. And oh my goodness, this explains so much about what has been happening behind the scenes. The 10 of Wands represents burden, being overloaded, carrying too much weight. But in the context of your situation with this deceptive ex, this card is showing me something fascinating. They have been carrying the weight of their lies. Think about it. When you tell one lie, you have to tell 10 more to cover it up. When you manipulate a situation, you have to constantly monitor it, control it, manage it so the truth does not leak out. This person has been exhausted trying to keep their house of cards standing. The 10 of Wands shows someone bent over, struggling under the weight of all these sticks they are carrying. In your ex's case, these are not just burdens, these are all the lies, the cover-ups, the manipulations they have had to maintain. Every phone call they have to screen, every conversation they have to carefully navigate, every legal document they have to keep straight in their mind so they do not contradict themselves. It is a lot of work to be this deceptive. What I am picking up from this card is that they are reaching a breaking point. You cannot carry this much weight forever. Something has to give. The Ten of Wands often appears right before a collapse, right before someone just cannot hold it together anymore. They are making mistakes now. Small ones at first, maybe. A contradiction here, a slip of the tongue there, and a mail that reveals more than they intended. When you are carrying 10 wands, you do not have hands free to catch yourself when you stumble. I also want to point out that the 10 of Wands in relation to legal blockages is really significant. This card suggests that the very things they have been using to block you, to delay justice, to prevent the truth from emerging, have become their own burden. Maybe they hired expensive lawyers, and now they are drowning in legal fees. Perhaps they filed so many motions, made so many claims that now they cannot keep track of their own story. The weight of their deception is crushing them. There is another layer here too. The 10 of Wands can represent someone who is sulfur monoxide focused on maintaining control, on managing their image, on keeping their lies straight that they cannot see what is happening around them. They are so busy looking down at the burden they are carrying that they do not notice people are starting to see through them. Witnesses are coming forward. Documents are being discovered. The truth is assembling itself while they are distracted by trying to manage their false narrative. For you, Capricorn, this card is actually really hopeful. It means that while they have been exhausting themselves trying to maintain their lies, you have been able to step back, heal, gather yourself. You are not carrying those wands. They are. The burden of deception is theirs alone, and it is about to become too heavy to bear. Now the third card I pulled is the Ace of Pentacles, and when this appeared I actually felt this wave of relief. Because this is where everything starts to turn in your favor in a tangible, material, legal way. The Ace of Pentacles represents new beginnings in the material world, which includes legal matters, financial situations, official documentation, physical evidence. This is a card of manifestation, of something becoming real and solid and undeniable. In the context of your situation, the Ace of Pentacles is telling me that new evidence is coming to light. This is not speculation or hearsay. This is proof, documents, records, witnesses, physical evidence that cannot be disputed or spun or manipulated. This is the kind of evidence that changes everything. Think emails that were supposedly deleted but got recovered. Financial records that tell a very different story than what they claimed. Witnesses who were afraid to speak before but are now coming forward. Text messages, bank statements, official reports that directly contradict their version of events. The Ace of Pentacles is a universe handing you a gift. It is tangible truth. It is proof you can hold in your hand, present in court, show to others. This is what breaks through the legal blockages. You cannot argue with an Ace of Pentacles. It is not subjective. It is not open to interpretation. It is fact, black and white, undeniable reality. What I love about this card appearing in your reading is that it represents a new opportunity. In the material realm, this suggests that doors that were closed are opening. Maybe a lawyer who previously would not take your case is now interested, because the evidence is solid. Perhaps a judge who was frustrated by the he said, she said nature of things now has concrete proof to work with. There could be a new legal avenue that becomes available because of what surfaces. The Ace of Pentacles also represents value and worth. You are going to be valued properly in this situation. Your truth is going to be worth something tangible. If there are financial aspects to this legal situation, whether it is asset division, restitution, compensation for damages, the Ace of Pentacles suggests you are going to receive what you are actually owed, not what they tried to shortchange you with. I am also picking up that this card represents stability returning to your life. The legal chaos they created, the uncertainty, the constant drama, that is going to solidify into something stable and resolved. The Ace of Pentacles is foundation energy. It is about building something real, lasting, and secure. Once the truth comes out, once the legal matters are settled based on facts rather than manipulation, you can finally build a stable foundation for your next chapter. There is this sense with the Ace of Pentacles that what is coming is better than you even hoped for. Aces are gifts from the universe. They are new chapters that exceed expectations. The evidence that surfaces might reveal even more than you knew. The legal resolution might be more favorable than you anticipated. This card is saying trust that the material realm, the real world, the facts, are all aligning in your favor now. The fourth card is a Six of Wands and Capricorn. This is your victory card. After everything you have been through, after being gaslighted and manipulated and having to fight just to have your truth heard, the Six of Wands is coming through to say you are going to have your moment of vindication. This card shows someone riding through town on a horse, holding a wand with a victory wreath, while people celebrate around them. This is public recognition. This is your truth being acknowledged not just privately, but openly. What this means in your situation is that when the truth comes out about this deceptive ex, it is not going to be quiet or hidden. People are going to KNOW, whether that is in a courtroom where a judge rules in your favor, or in your social circle, where people finally see who this person really is, or in some more public way, your vindication is going to be visible. The Six of Wands is not about silent victories. It is about being recognized, celebrated, acknowledged. I am seeing that people who doubted you, who maybe believed their version of events, who thought you were being dramatic or vindictive, those people are going to have to confront the fact that you were telling the truth all along. The Six of Wands represents that moment when everyone realizes they should have listened to you from the start. It is bittersweet sometimes because you wish people had believed you earlier. But there is also something deeply satisfying about being proven right after being doubted for so long. This card is also about confidence and self-assurance. After being manipulated, especially by someone you trusted like an ex, it is easy to lose faith in your own judgment. You start second-guessing yourself. Did I overreact? Was I wrong about them? Am I remembering things correctly? The Six of Wands is here to tell you that your instincts were spot on. You knew something was wrong. You knew they were lying. You knew the truth was being hidden. Trust yourself, because you are about to be proven absolutely correct. The Six of Wands in a legal context often shows up when someone wins their case, when justice is served, when the verdict comes back in your favor. It is the card of the courtroom victory, the settlement that acknowledges wrongdoing, the legal decision that validates everything you have been saying. This is not a compromise or a draw. This is a win, clear, definitive, undeniable. There is also an element of leadership with the Six of Wands. You have been through something difficult, and when you come out the other side vindicated, you become an example for others. Other people who have been manipulated, who are stuck in legal battles with deceptive exes, who feel like giving up, they are going to look at your situation and feel hope. You might not realize it now, but your victory is going to inspire others to keep fighting for their truth. What I really want you to understand about this card is that it is not just about defeating your ex or winning in court. It is about reclaiming your power. The Six of Wands represents the moment when you step back into your strength, when you remember who you are, when you refuse to be diminished by someone else's lies anymore. That victory energy, that confidence, that recognition, it transforms you. You are not going to be the same person you were when this all started. And that is a beautiful thing. The fifth card that came through is the Eight of Pentacles. And this is fascinating because it shows me what has been happening behind the scenes. While you were waiting for justice, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastery, dedication, hard work, and attention to detail. This card depicts someone working carefully and methodically, perfecting their craft, focusing on quality over speed. In your situation, the Eight of Pentacles represents the work that has been going on to build the case against this deceptive ex. This is not rushed. This is not sloppy. This is thorough, whether it is lawyers doing their due diligence, investigators piecing together evidence, officials reviewing documents. Someone has been putting in serious work to make sure everything is airtight. The Eight of Pentacles does not cut corners. It dots every I, crosses every T. Make sure the foundation is solid before moving forward. What this tells me is that while you might have been frustrated by delays, by how long this is taking, those delays were actually necessary. The Eight of Pentacles energy requires time because it requires precision. You cannot rush excellence. You cannot rush thoroughness. Every piece of evidence has to be verified. Every witness statement has to be documented properly. Every legal argument has to be researched and structured correctly. This card is saying that the wait is worth it because what is being built is unshakable. I am also seeing that you personally have been doing your own Eight of Pentacles work. Maybe you have been gathering evidence, documenting interactions, keeping meticulous records. Perhaps you have been working with a therapist to heal from the manipulation and strengthen yourself for what is coming. The Eight of Pentacles can represent the work of recovery, of rebuilding yourself after being torn down by someone's deception. You have been investing in yourself, in your healing, in your preparation for the next chapter. There is this beautiful aspect of the Eight of Pentacles where it shows that skill and expertise matter. Your ex might have thought they could outsmart everyone with their lies, but the Eight of Pentacles suggests that skilled professionals are involved now. Experienced lawyers who have seen these tactics before. Investigators who know how to uncover hidden information. Judges who can spot manipulation. The amateur hour of your ex's deception is meeting professional level scrutiny. And it does not stand a chance. The Eight of Pentacles also speaks to reputation and craftsmanship. In a legal setting, this can mean building a case with such care and quality that it becomes your reputation saver. When everything comes out, when the truth is revealed with this level of thoroughness, your reputation is not just restored, it is enhanced. People see that you fought with integrity, with facts, with patience while your ex was scrambling with lies. The final card. And honestly, Capricorn, this one gave me absolute chills. Is Judgment. Judgment. This is one of the most powerful cards in the entire deck for your situation. The Judgment card is about reckoning, resurrection. The moment when everything is revealed and evaluated. In traditional imagery, it shows an angel blowing a trumpet while people rise from their graves to be judged. This is the ultimate card of truth coming to light, of being held accountable, of facing the consequences of your actions. For your deceptive ex, judgment is their worst nightmare. This card says that everything they have done, every lie they told, every person they manipulated, every document they forged or falsified, every bit of deception they deployed, it is all going to be laid bare. There is no hiding from judgment. There is no spinning it or manipulating it or convincing people it is not what it looks like. Judgment sees everything. The angel's trumpet is sounding, which means the moment of reckoning has arrived. What makes this card so powerful in a legal context is that it represents higher judgment. This is not just human judgment that can be swayed by manipulation. This is divine timing, cosmic justice, the kind of accountability that comes from a higher source. Whether that manifests as a particularly insightful judge who sees through the lies, or a series of circumstances that expose the truth in ways that seem almost miraculous. The Judgment card brings a level of revelation that feels fated, inevitable, meant to be. I am seeing that your ex is going to have to face the full weight of what they have done. The Judgment card does not allow for partial accountability or slaps on the wrist. It demands a full reckoning. They are going to have to confront not just the legal consequences, but the moral and spiritual ones too. Their conscience, if they have one, is going to be activated in a way they cannot ignore. People around them are going to see them clearly for the first time. Their reputation, their self-image, their carefully constructed facade, all of it crumbles under judgment. For you, though, judgment is liberating. This card represents resurrection and rebirth. You are rising from the ashes of what this person tried to do to you. You are being reborn into a version of yourself that knows your worth, trusts your intuition, refuses to be gaslight ever again. The Judgment card is calling you up and out of the situation that tried to bury you. The Judgment card also represents closure, real closure. Not the fake closure, where you try to convince yourself you are over it. Actual, complete, undeniable closure, where the chapter is finished, the book is closed. The story is done. The legal matters will be resolved. The truth will be established. The deception will be exposed. And you can finally move forward without this person's lies haunting you. What I am feeling from this card is that the timeline is now. Judgment does not wait. When this card appears, it means the time for revelation has come. The legal blockages that have been frustrating you, they are clearing because it is time for the truth to emerge. The universe has decided that enough is enough.